went to the Convocation Center. I want to say it was in June, and thank you. And they told us they would work with us to modify our mortgage payments and or our interest rates, and that's what we're looking for: lower interest rates and lowering our mortgage payments every month. They gave us a list of information that we need to fax to them, which would be 2 months pay stubs from both of us, 2 months of bank statements, current utility bill, and a hardship affidavit. We sent all that information to them, faxed it over to them. We got no response. We emailed them and follow-ups. The communication was horrible. They gave us a counselor to work with. Every time we tried to contact our counselor via an extension, we got nothing at all except for a beep, beep, beep. Had to call back. The waiting time was like 45, 47 minutes. With that I understood because people were probably on the same page as we were with our complaints, or just thanking them for the outstanding work that they were doing. But with all of this, our credit has been greatly affected. My wife, her credit cards with Bank of America, they've been slashed. They've not just discontinued altogether. Our dealers' accounts, they've been greatly slashed, and how much credit we have with them. And all of the funds, this went on for months. And months. And I have several emails right here, which is really, just telling we are trying to work with you all, but then we just got fed up and disappointed, said we no longer require your services. They stated that we will send Dolores Brown of NACA, so I put your name out there. She stated that she would send our statement of discontinuation to the NACA National Office in New York, and she will fax Bank of America stating that we are canceling our agreement with them. That never occurred. This was on May 11th. By May 26th, we sent emails and phone calls to NACA stating that, you said you were going to do this information. I was supposed to receive a phone call within a week. Nothing has happened. But we could never, ever contact or speak with someone personally. It was always through emails, and even when my wife did send emails, she would get something back, follow the following steps on the NACA web page, and it was just a big dog and pony show, dog chasing his tail. And our funds from Bank of America that we pay our mortgages to, a portion of those funds were just sitting in a pile somewhere. And therefore, Bank of America wasn't even receiving all of our monthly payments. And they were telling us, like, well, you owe us, X amount of dollars. Well, how is that when we pay our mortgage on time every month? Well, according to your slip right here, or on our computer screen, we're working with NACA. You need to contact NACA and talk with NACA. So we try to get in contact with NACA. Can't speak with anybody personally. We send emails, and this went on for months and months and months. I must say that we are no longer involved with NACA. We are currently in the process of gathering paperwork and information to speak with Bank of America for loan modification, what have you. We are not working with any other organizations, any other groups. Personally, I don't trust any other groups. I don't trust any other organizations. No disrespect to any that may be present today. But if I've been burned once, I don't want to be burned again. And so this has, scarred us psychologically, emotionally, financially, of course, and it was just an extremely stressful process. And when we did finally get our information of discontinuation, we went down to the NACA headquarters on Carnegie Avenue, and the lady there had an attitude, and she didn't want to say good morning. She just threw the envelope and said, "Have a nice day." And that's our relationship and our experience with NACA.
And I do want to set just a little context. So NACA is the National Assistance Corporation of America. They're one of the organizations that came in and swooped into town about a year ago.
Absolutely.
It was about a week or two worth of advertisements about, and everyone came down to the convention center. So a lot of media related to their being in town, and a lot of promises made.
Yes.
And so that's one of the, at least in the Cleveland area, that's one of the issues we face. But I think there's been others besides NACA that kind of made promises and not followed through. So I think in the bigger picture, the bigger issue is that NACA is locally, and I think that's why a number of folks are interested in this topic and are testifying about it. So questions, Representative Boyd?
No, I really don't have a question at this point, but I do have one for later on as a result of talking to a personal friend of mine who went to that same gathering down at, was the Wolstein Center?
the Wolstein Center.
Wolstein Center, and they told me their side of the story, you know, of what happened to them, so we'll deal with it at the end.
Other questions? Representative Treehouse?
Thanks for being here. I appreciate your testimony. When you were telling your story, I did hear you say how much you were paying per month to NACA for the work that they were supposed to be doing.
Now, so go ahead.
Was there a payment per month that you were giving them?
No, we paid NACA absolutely nothing. We paid them nothing for the services because they did not ask us for any money, and I'm very grateful to God. Thank you, Jesus, for that. But at the same time, it's just the fact that we're paying our money to Bank of America, and because we're involved with him, we have a relationship. Half of our money or a portion of our monthly payment is just sitting in a pile over here, and Bank of America is not receiving it. Therefore, that's affecting us right there. And when we're trying to communicate with NACA about this, we get the runaround. So we did not pay them any money at all. It's just the fact that they said they were going to help us, and they didn't do that, and in the process, we ended up getting hurt.
That's clarifying. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So to make sure I understand this correctly, when you tried to contact NACA, you got no response. And once you got through to them or tried to contact the bank, is it safe to say that you did not get a response from the bank as well? You said you had to get your counsel your commitment to NACA. How does that work?
I really don't know the full logistics of it, but Bank of America, they can't work with us personally because NACA was involved in it. In order for us to completely get the good benefit, well, I can't say full benefits, but in order for us to get a good relationship with Bank of America, we had to sever our ties with NACA. They really didn't expound on that in any way, but in any shape, form, or fashion. They just said, NACA's involved with this, so we can't touch this because NACA's involved with it. I mean, this must be a very powerful group because, I mean, the bank couldn't even help us or anything because they weren't involved.
So now that you're done with NACA, are you still in your home, or has Bank of America been working with you to modify your loan, or where are you at right now?
We're currently still in our home, and my wife and I are in the process of gathering all of our information so that we can work with Bank of America to try to get a loan modification or decrease our mortgage payments every month.
So has there ever been a threat, Mr. Chairman? Has there ever been a threat of foreclosure on your home since you went through this process? You talked about the amount of money that was sitting on the side in an account and that money not being processed. Many of the people that I've worked with before in the district had their homes and received letters saying that they were going to be foreclosed on because of a similar situation.
We did receive a notice from Bank of America 1 to 2 months ago that did state something in regards to us owing a lot of money and that it would be possible foreclosure or something to that degree. I don't know everything verbatim, but it was something along those lines. Yes, it was.
Mr. Chairman, is Bank of America here today?
Is anyone here from Bank of America? I do not believe so. And we asked them to speak or so. I haven't heard. Any other questions? Mr. Roberts?
Thank you. The question I have, when you were making your payments, who did you make your payments to? To Bank of America, or did you make them to the not-for-profit, then they were going to make it?
We always made our payments directly to Bank of America.
To add to this, once you behind more than 30 days in your mortgage, which I'm not defending, they want the full payment. So what they do, they put your account in the cost of suspense. So every payment that you make goes into the account. It never goes to your loan. It goes to an account that you can fully pay or make arrangements to fully pay up the full amount. So if you're behind 2 months or 3 months or so, never been behind.
Never behind.
So that's awful strange that they would suspend your payments, put them in. We call it, nice word at the bank, we call it la-la land. Because it didn't go anywhere. It just sat there until the customer call for it, until the customer raise questions, or like you have a deposit in which you write account or go to the suspense account. We still call it one that, I won't say the bank, but that's where it was until the customer complained about it, and then they went and found it. And to that, it's collecting interest in that account. It's not going anywhere. It's just an account that collects interest that goes directly to the bank. So I feel I couldn't believe that they're not going to get tortured. Okay.
Mr. Chairman?
David?
we were never behind